Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. We're going to have a look at the ECMWF extended model for today's second video. So we're going to focus on mean sea level pressure, 500 millibar height, temperature and precipitation anomalies for the next 6 weeks, which is going to take us into the middle of December. Can you believe it? So we'll see what the ECMWF model is showing in a moment for the next 6 weeks, the rest of November and well on into December too. We're focusing on the UK and Ireland for this one. We do the wider sort of European outlook with the EC extended during Tuesday or on Tuesday. So we do the extended European outlook with the EC 42-day forecast. So I'll get on that for you very shortly. Just say about the first video release, it was our 7 AM upload. We've also got GMA Friday coming up for you in a moment. And if that wasn't another 10 to 14 day, that will include all of the regular features. So keep checking back to the channel for more of the updates if you would like to do that. No live stream tonight. We're having this Friday off. We'll be back, though, with our Sunday live stream, of course. And of course, next Friday, we'll be live streaming the pub run. We'll start bringing you pub run lives from next Friday, which will be a little bit of a laugh. Okay, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that on video. And thank you so much to ECMWF.int for supplying us with the charts. Right, so let's do this then. We're going to start off with the week 1 mean sea level pressure anomaly. This will take us from the 1st through to the 8th of November. So next week, basically, I've got a mid-Atlantic ridge here, an area of high pressure in North Atlantic. A trough of low pressure is in over Scandinavia. And so we're probably bringing in wind from like a northwesterly, maybe slightly northerly direction. Looks like it will be relatively mixed through the course of next week. Probably not a washout because the Atlantic is blocked up, but there will be some rain around at times, and temperatures will take a little bit of a tumble as well, potentially next week, becoming a bit colder. This is the 500 millibar height anomaly from the North Pole view down for the first week of November, with above average heights again out into the Atlantic, below average heights to our north and east, probably bringing wind from like a northwesterly to rather northerly type direction. So it's a cold average week. Haven't had one of those for a very long time, but the EC extended is forecasting below average temperature anomalies for the UK and for Ireland next week. Most parts of Western Europe are forecast to have below average temperatures, to be honest. But yeah, cold and average temperatures coming up next week. And rather dry, actually not overly wet. It is a bit wetter than average just to our east. Actually, most parts of the UK and Ireland a little bit on the drier than average side. I think it may be a bit more unsettled than that suggests, but we'll see. Right, okay, this is how week 2 is looking then. This will be the 8th to 15th of November. Already starting to get a little bit mysterious, so we're only 2 weeks in. So we suddenly lose a lot of the signals. We have got some low pressure in the Norwegian Sea and heading in towards Scandinavia. There's hints of some higher pressure up towards Greenland, maybe. And low pressure is sort of down here, going into North Africa. But otherwise, I'm just putting in some question marks because it's not really clear what is going on there. Let's have a look at the 500 millibar height anomaly, if we can do that. Let's have a look. So it looks like we revert more westerly with the 500 millibar height anomaly. Low pressure again, below average heights around Greenland and Iceland, but pressure rising to our south. So it wasn't really apparent on the mean sea level pressure anomaly, but the 500 millibar heights does definitely look like we revert back to more of a westerly flow, which would be significantly milder. So this should go milder. Yes, it does. Into week 2, we see that Ireland and the UK go slightly above average with the temperature anomaly. That is that's a milder week coming up there. Maybe a little bit wetter. It does look a little bit wetter just to our north, although it's dry around here. That's where the high pressure is, of course. Low pressure is up here. So yeah, it just looks like we're reverting back to like a solid sort of westerly flow. Probably initially anticyclonic and then maybe breaking it down, turning unsettled, and it does get milder there. Right, week 3 will be the 15th to 22nd of November. Again, pretty weak signals. We've got some low pressure just to west of Scotland and just here. So maybe sort of indicating that we continue with westerlies and perhaps a slightly more unsettled variety of westerlies. 500 millibar height anomaly is a bit strange, isn't it? So I've got some above average heights from Newfoundland up towards Greenland, and again away to our east and northeast. And then this area just here, Again, I'll just put in question marks. It's not really clear what's going on there, but I suspect you're going to have high pressure, you're going to have low pressure somewhere. You're going to have high pressure somewhere, you're going to have low pressure somewhere. Clearly, we've got a low there, and we've got more lows just here. But I reckon with all of this high pressure, you know, there and there and also there, we're probably going to have lower pressure through there in reality. So where that white area is, probably that will in the end finish up as a trough of low. Temperature anomaly is milder than average again as we go through to week 3, so above average temperatures again for Ireland and the UK. Most parts of Europe looking very mild that week, it has to be said. And the precipitation anomaly definitely looks more unsettled, so I reckon that's a wetter week, lower pressure taking over there in that middle week of November. Right, moving through to week 4, which will be the 22nd to 29th of November. This is how we're looking. Again, it looks very mysterious, this, doesn't it? So, some above average pressure, some higher pressure around Newfoundland, up towards Greenland. There is high pressure over there, across western parts of Russia and Eastern Europe as well. Low pressure is down here, seemingly, which you will think is where the jet stream is going to be, but maybe not. And then I'll put in some question marks once more, because once again, it's not overly apparent what's happening there. The 500 millibar height anomaly, again, looking very mysterious. Above average heights through the North Atlantic up towards Greenland and over towards East Europe and west of Russia. This area maybe fills up with a trough of low pressure. Let's have a look at the temperature anomaly. So, not as warm in week 4. The warmest temperatures sort of slipping away to the southwest and also to the northeast. So, the temperature for Ireland and the UK is either close to average or has no signal. Let's put it on the scale. Either close to average or has no particular signal. And the week 4 precipitation anomaly. Again, no real signal there to work with. So, you know, really hard to decipher what's going on here through most of November. We're going to press on, though. This is week 5, which will be the 29th of November to the 6th of December. That's how it looks. So, more of a northern blocking type signal appearing. High pressure up around Greenland and Iceland. All of this blue down here, this all looks like negative NAO type stuff to me. So, you know, low pressure around the Azores, low pressure into Spain and Portugal and North Africa, high pressure around Iceland and into Greenland. That looks like a classic sort of negative NAO, which if it came off, you would think is going to bring in winds either from the east or from the north. So, you know, could we have a cold sort of start to meteorological winter? That's how the 500 millibar height anomaly looks. Again, lots of high pressure in the North Atlantic and up towards Greenland. There's low pressure down here. It does look like a little bit of a negative NAO type pattern, that, doesn't it? Which, again, favours bringing in more of an easterly type wind, potentially. Temperature anomalies. Again, no particular signal. Maybe, though, hinted at being slightly on the above average side. So I'm not sure how that works out with the negative NAO, to be honest. And precipitation-wise, again, very, very weak. So as you can see, though, that it is very dry, seemingly, or drier than average anyway, around Iceland and Greenland. And it's wetter than average down here. So again, that sort of goes with the idea of a negative NAO to me. So although it's not apparent within the temperature anomaly at all, could we be looking at a cold start to December? I wonder. Finally, week 6 will be the 6th through to the 13th of December. And that's how it looks. Again, what do we make of that? Pick the bones out of that. So low pressure is all through here. There's no apparent high pressure. Very, very strange update this from the ECMWF extended model today, isn't it? 500 millibar height anomaly, sort of raising pressures to our east. So it has low pressure for average heights there, close to the Azores. And sort of got high pressure to our east and also to our north as well. So maybe go more anticyclonic there. Temperature anomaly looks rather mild across most parts of Europe, I have to say, by this point. The precipitation anomaly looks like that. So starting to get a little bit wetter, especially so to our west and to our southwest around here. Some lower pressure perhaps starting to come up in that sort of fashion, as high pressure is through there. Something like that, maybe. But I don't know. It's a very, very strange update from the EC Extended today. Really, really bizarre charts. So I'm not overly sure what's happening through November, and certainly not into December. Obviously, the next week is pretty straightforward, and it's going to be a colder week with northerly winds. Then it probably goes milder second week of November. I think that looks pretty reliable as well. A milder second week of November after a colder first week. Where we go beyond the middle of November into second half of the month and on into December, I think that, you know, is very much in the up in the air, to pardon the pun, today with the ECMWF Extended. The charts look very strange. The signals were really weak. And yeah, I think we're just going to wait and see what that's showing when we look at it again, which will be on Tuesday. Be interesting to see how it's looking then, won't it? Right, but, you know, even if you don't have much of a signal, it's still of interest, but that's what model is showing. So, useful update, hopefully. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about this update from the ECMWF Extended. And, yeah, that's it. So, we're going to be back with JMA Friday. Will the Japanese and CFS models have any, you know, clearer signals for November? We'll find out. That's a 4-weekly look ahead, of course, not 6-weekly. It's not a 6-weekly, so it won't take us into December. But it'll be of interest to see what they're both showing for the rest of November, anyway. And then we're going to 10 to 14 day coming up for you later on this afternoon. And that's it then for the ECMWF Extended for this week. So I'll see you very shortly for JMA Friday. But for this one, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.